guys, Mr. Google here to review Gangster Squad, directed by Ruben Fleischer and starring Ryan Gosling, Josh Brolin, Emma Stone, Nick Nolte, Anthony Mackie, Robert Patrick, Michael Pena, and Sean Penn. Now, I was really looking forward to Gangster Squad. Of course, it was one of my favorite, actually most anticipated movies of last year, until it got pushed back to this year. That's not a good sign. It was pushed back because of the Aurora, Colorado shooting thing, because there was this scene in the trailer that featured them shooting in a movie theater, which I really still want to see, but no, you can't do that now, because they want to be a bunch of griffins about it, but whatever. Jesus, what the hell was that? I was really looking forward to this movie, and after I saw the Rotten Tomatoes score, it was like, Jesus, man, is it really that bad? And of course, I love Ruben Fleischer's other movies. I think Zombieland's one of the greatest comedies of the past 5 years. I really like 30 Minutes or Less as well. It's not a great movie, but I think it's really underrated for what it is. Now, after seeing Gangster Squad, if this movie came out last year, it would have been probably my most disappointing movie of last year. But I'm pretty sure this is going to stay the most disappointing movie of this year, because it was so bland. This is one of the most bland, generic, cliched, and predictable movies I've ever seen recently. That made no sense. If you are a fan of gangster movies or crime movies, you know everything that's going to happen in this movie, because nothing shocks you. Nothing shocked me in this movie. That's like probably my favorite genre of movie is crime movies, gangster movies. This movie didn't show me anything new. It brought nothing new to the table. The screenplay is so lazily written. It was just it's such a really lame script. If there was an award at the Oscars for like the most bland script ever, I'd give it to Gangster Squad, because it's not necessarily a bad script, but it's not a good script, and there's some really corny lines in there. I mean, nothing is surprising, and, there's no character development at all. Nothing in this movie is really developed. Here's a tip for screenwriters out there. Character development isn't mentioning one thing that happened to a freaking character, okay? Just because we know that Ryan Gosling and Josh Brolin were in the war doesn't mean we know those characters, you idiots. But going on to the positives, I have to say that it was very well edited, this film, and I would have to say it was very well paced. At an hour and 50 minutes, I thought it was incredibly well paced. I never thought that I overstayed my welcome, and I thought it was edited very stylishly. I thought Ruben Fleischer, I think he's a really good action director, and he's definitely proven that with Zombieland and 30 Minutes or Less. But ironically, this is probably his most poorly directed action movie, and the other two were comedies, so it's weird. But that's my opinion. I don't think the action was as great as the action in 30 Minutes or Less or in Zombieland. Also, going on to the acting, I think everyone in the cast is awesome. Alright, everyone in this cast really does a good job with all the poor material that's given. Ryan Gosling is one of my favorite actors right now, and he was really underwhelming in this movie. He was good. I didn't think he did the best with the material he was given. And him and Emma Stone really didn't have any good chemistry at all, because the chemistry they had in Crazy Stupid Love was fantastic, and it's just, in this, they really didn't feel like they had any chemistry at all, and that whole part of the story was just so underwritten, and Emma Stone doesn't really feel like a character, she just feels like a plot device. Michael Pena, Anthony Mackie, two of my favorite character actors right now, and they both do a good job in this movie for what they're given, which is nothing, but they do a good job. And Robert Patrick, absolutely badass in this movie. Whenever I was entertained in this movie, it was partially because of Robert Patrick, because he was pretty awesome. Giovanni Ribisi, also love that guy. I thought he was one of the best actors in the cast, because I don't know, I just really liked his character. I thought he did a really good job for this really terrible material he was given. And I thought Sean Penn did a really great job. I know a lot of people are criticizing that performance, saying it's too over the top. To me, you can think of whatever you want about Sean Penn outside of acting, but his acting is just fantastic. And, if you've seen Mystic River or Fast Times at Ridgemont High, you know how great of an actor, or one of the most versatile actors, I think, that's there. And, Sean Penn does a really great job in this movie, despite some corny lines. But despite all the flaws that I have with it, I think it's a good rental. I don't think you should see it in the theaters by any means, but I'll give it a weak 5 out of 10. I really didn't like it that much. It's very disappointing. It's not a good week at the movies. So, Golden Globes are tonight. Okay. I'm Mr. Google. Don't forget to ski cap, subscribe, and I'm out.